Hello everybody, welcome back to Notifox. My name is Mathis, and this is the first and hopefully many devlogs. I've not made any of these before, but usually my videos are a little bit more scripted and have sort of a purpose. And I want these devlogs to be kind of a forum that will allow me to ramble about what we've been doing at Notifox, things that have happened, things that uh, I feel like we need to announce to the audience and kind of maybe start a conversation or I don't know, let you guys know of things. The main thing that sparked this video or sparked me wanting to create this video is the fact that we've kind of overhauled our audience system. At first I was like, oh, I need to write a blog post about this on our documentation, which by the way, you can actually check here. We've only had one blog post, but I still think it's worth mentioning. But the audience rehaul is kind of not really important enough to write a whole blog post about, and blog posts are so formal, so I figured video is a really great way of conveying what I have to say to the audience, to the Notifox customers. So before we actually get started and kind of deep dive into the new audience system, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to status.notifox.com. This is our status page. If things ever are not working for you, check this page and kind of see if you're the only one, if the API is down for you, the console, homepage, whatnot. This is all going to be in here. We've had a couple of minor outages. I think they've only been out for a couple of minutes. And as you can see, a 99.99% of time for the API, which I'm pretty proud about. We've worked very hard to make sure that in between releases and stuff like that has been as issue-less as possible. And I think we've for the most part succeeded at that. I don't want to I don't want to jinx anything. Then I want to give a shout out to the Notifox YouTube channel. We already have 17 actually, 17 subscribers, 7 videos. The shorts have done incredibly well, so that's been great. We also have an Instagram page, 21 followers, which is pretty good. I'm really happy with that. We also have a Discord server. There will be a Discord link in the description. I'm not going to show that because there's going to be people chatting on there, and I don't want to expose anyone. So check the Discord link in the description. And then lastly, before we start talking about the audience, there is a discount code still running for Notifox. If you create a Notifox account and then you go to account, you can enter the promo code launch10. That will also be in the description somewhere. I've kind of plastered it everywhere on YouTube and Instagram. Launch 10, you get $1 worth of free credits if you want to try out Notifox without having to add your credit card or whatnot. So for that purpose, launch 10. Anyway, so let's get into it. The people that have used Notifox in the past or have watched any of the videos about Notifox will know that previously when you wanted to create an audience, you kind of had to do it like this, where if you clicked on, where is it here? Audiences here, and then you click on add audience, it popped up this modal and it asks you to give the audience a name, the recipient name, and then immediately asked you to enter your phone number so that we could send you a one-time verification code that you could then enter in the next modal. And this has worked great for us. I think that was very simple, very straightforward. But we kind of ran into a problem where we realized that this created a one-to-one relationship between an audience and the type of channel it is in. In this case, text. But we've always said from the start that we wanted to support a wide variety of different channels. Right now, we only have text, which we'll get to, by the way. But if you actually scroll down here in the Golang SDK, we support the channel parameter, which obviously is SMS. But if we wanted to add a new channel type, like email, which is the next one that we're working on, this would be kind of difficult to add the email to that without really modifying this modal. As in, you type in your phone number and then you type in your email and then you click on send verification code. Does it send a verification code to both? And then wasn't a very good UX experience. So we figured we had to overhaul it and kind of start from the ground up and see what improvements we can make to make it easier both for the customer and for us to implement as many new channels as we could in sort of a short amount of time, right? If we reduce the friction for us to add new audiences, I think that benefits everyone. So what we've come up with is what I think a fairly simple system. So the start is the same thing. You go to Audiences, the Audiences tab on the left, and you click on either button here, Add Audience. And then it will ask you just your audience name. So in this case, I'm going to say Mathis, but I think last time, let's see here. Yeah, so before we only supported alphanumeric audience names, recipient names, I should say. I guess I don't know if that's changed. It has changed. We call them now audience names. We now support alphanumeric with hyphens and underscores. So if you have dev-team, you can do that. Dev_team on_call, anything like that. Also numbers we support, but not things like this. Symbols. Because I don't know why you would want an exclamation mark in your audience. Anyway, my point is you can now do Mathis dash something else. So this is already an improvement over the last. We've had a couple people reach out and say this doesn't really fit our naming scheme. So now you can use hyphens and dashes. So we'll create an audience. And instead of it asking our phone number or asking to verify it, it just creates the audience. But as you can see here, there's no phone number or email kind of attached to this audience. On the right, sorry, before this used to be kind of a trash bin where you click on it and it would delete the audience. But right now, if you click on that, it's actually an edit button. It will take you to a separate page, which is also new for Notifox, where you get some more information about the actual audience. You see the name, when it was created, the ID, which is actually used at the top. It's a UUID. I think developers will probably know that. And then at the bottom, as you can see, we have the ability to add a new phone number and an email address, as well as all the way at the bottom right to delete the audience as a whole, which you can do here, and then kind of start all over. So actually, we'll call this on call for shits and giggles. Then we can go in here and just like before, we can add a phone number by clicking on the add button. I'm going to fill in my phone number here. This should be blurred for you guys. I don't want to leak my personal phone number. Then ask us to verify the phone number. I will get a code, and I did. It is 704453, and we'll click on verify, and then if all goes well, our phone number is verified. And so this is exactly the same kind of flow as before, where now you can actually go into the send page or using the REST API or any of the SDKs for Golang, Python, and JavaScript is coming. You can send a text message to that audience through the SMS channel. That's great, right? That's perfect. This is the new system, and I think going forward, this is what we need, right? There's still a one-to-one relationship between an audience and a phone number, but now this gives us the ability to add multiple channels to one specific audience. This is what's currently live. This is what's currently available to anyone who doesn't have special access. We are, however, working on adding email addresses. And so that's also partly why I wanted to create this devlog, is to show you the progress of what we're working on. Okay, so this is notifox.com. This is notifox.dev. Notifox.dev is our testing environment. You cannot access this, so no point in trying to get in. But we can do the same here. We can add an audience. I'm going to call this Mathis. We can create an audience, and it will do the exact same thing. Actually, no, it does not. Instead of redirecting us back to the audiences tab, it redirects us to the audience details of the audience that we have just created. And in here, let me show you. This is back on notifox.com. This is the live. If you click on add email address, it will kind of show you a pop-up of, hey, this is not ready yet. We're working on this. Stay tuned. If you do the same on kind of what we're working on, this should be released. If you're watching this probably a week, 2 weeks after this video has been uploaded, this is probably already live. But if you click on add email address here, instead of the pop-up, it says, hey, add your email address. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to say mathis@notifox.com, which you can reach me on, by the way. That's a place you can talk to me on. as well as Discord, Instagram, YouTube, any of the other ones, just FYI. We can click on add email address, and that will kind of do the same thing. All right, it'll send us a 6-digit code, and it'll ask us to enter that so that we can prove that um, this email address or this channel we have access to, so that we're not spamming anyone for regulatory purposes. I'm not going to show the whole email because I don't want to leak my inbox. But as you can see, it's given us a code. This email is very likely to change, or the content of the email is very likely to change. But we can copy this and we can type this in here and we can verify. And then we can see that our email address has been verified. Now, if we go back here, we can see that we get a verified status for mathis@notifox.com. Similarly, actually, if we, let's say Pete, create an audience for Pete, and then we add an email address, say Pete@notifox.com. Pete doesn't work at Notifox, so don't try to reach out to him. But actually, that will probably end up in my mail, my main inbox through some redirection routes. But if we end up not not verifying this, it'll tell me here that it's unverified. And if we go back to our audiences, you can also see that it's unverified. Now, we haven't actually implemented the or haven't we're working on it. Let's put it that way. But it's not there yet to be able to show you. Me actually using the SDKs or the REST API to send either email, to send an email. So in this case, this is kind of all that we have to show you. Just for your sake, I think it's important to mention that if you have kind of multiples, say a phone number or an email, and you specify the channel, it would go to the one that you've specified. If you omit that, which in this current day and age you can, because the SMS channel is the only one, it'll go to either the one that's verified or I'm guessing the SMS one. I think we still have some discussions on what that's going to be. We're also working on functionality within Notifox to decide the severity of the alert. So in a lot of cases, through some, I don't want to say AI, but through some large language models or some other applications, we can decide how important this notification actually is, right? If you're just notifying, say, hey, new users signed up, and you didn't specify what channel you wanted this to go to, maybe we send you an email. But if the notification is, hey, your server is down, or like you're getting like 95% of your requests are returning it with a 500 code, it's probably something you want to be aware of. So we'll actually send it to your phone number instead. So that's kind of it for the moment. I know it's not a lot, but we've released the overhauled audience system. We've done all the migrations, and now we're working on actually implementing the emails. I think for a lot of people, that's going to be a pretty big deal. We've had several people actually reach out to us asking for us to add support for Notifox in their specific country. So right now, I think actually if you go here, it tells you if you add a phone number, we only support US phone numbers at this time because of the way we work with carriers. If we wanted to add more countries, say, well, with European countries, it's different, but because I think you can send a text message to someone with a German phone number from, say, a French phone number, right? But a couple of people chat about India. If I wanted to send text messages in India, I would have to work with an Indian telecom provider to be able to send and receive text messages, and that takes a lot of time. And so, obviously, our niche right now is kind of in the U.S. So for the people who have been wanting to try out Notifox but couldn't because they're outside of the U.S., your time is coming. We are adding email addresses. We are adding a bunch more. By the way, in that case, if anyone is still watching, I don't know how long I've been recording for. 15 minutes. That's not too bad. If there are any channels that interest you in any way, like Signal or Slack, we've had a couple of requests for webhooks actually, which I thought was a really, really interesting use case. Let me know. Like any feedback is more than welcome. Actually, I'm very hungry for feedback. If you have any ideas or suggestions, we would be more than happy to talk to you and work with you to implement that feature if it makes sense, obviously. So I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. I'm very happy about the fact that I recorded this. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more for me to talk about other than that you should absolutely go to notifox.com, sign up, use the code launch10 to get $1 worth of free credits so that you can try out Notifox. Like I said earlier, if you have any comments, feedbacks, ideas, let me know. I would be more than happy to talk to you, set up a call or via email, and we can discuss whatever it is you need. Check out our GitHub, YouTube, Instagram, Discord. Discord's very cool because then we can actually talk to you in real time. And yeah, thanks for watching. I think that's the most important part. If you're still here, it means you're still watching. So thanks for watching. My name is Mathis for Notifox.com. I will see you next time. Adios. I don't know if I want to say adios. I think that's kind of weird. Goodbye. I think that's better. Thank you.